Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy ABC bringing you another episode of Pogo Bros. And if you're surprised to see me alive and well and in one piece, well, that means that you watched my last video, and thank you for that. You're a real one. And if you haven't, what are you doing? Go watch it now. That is peak American cinema. We haven't seen anything of that magnitude since Oppenheimer and Barbie busted the box offices years ago. It's a really big deal. But following up an episode like that, it's kind of hard to do. So I wanted to keep this one simple. I used one mythical Pokemon in the last video, so I thought, why not use two? And then I saw a couple of videos ago, Toteni who's been, by the way, a rock star subscriber so far with the recommendations. W Toteni. Other people need to get like Toteni. Anyways, one of the things that Toteni suggested was Fury Cutter Genesect. And I thought, hey, Genesect's allowed in this cup, so let's just make it work. And I think we did. And I think you'll agree. So without further ado, let's hop into these battles, which will be led by Drampa in the lead, and then double mythical backline. We really don't want to see fire types on the Genesect, but other than that, I think we should be okay. Anyways, let's get into these battles. Alright, so we have Lapras in the lead here. Pretty neutral lead, especially so if they're not running Ice Beam. But we're going to go ahead and throw this move right away just to apply some pressure on them. This is stab damage, and the opponent actually played to a CMP tie, so we know that this is only a Sparkling Aria. It still does a lot of damage. We can't take two of them, or at least I believe we can't. I think we're going to test that theory right here, actually. Yep, we let it through, and it takes us out. So now we just come in with the Genesect and go for a huge farm down here with Fury Cutter. And I'm realizing now in the graphic it says Fury Cutter, so my bad, whatever. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw this X-Scissor here so that we don't have to shield up a Sparkling Aria. And they come in with the Toxtricity, which is really cool pick, by the way. Do they expect this? No, they do not. That nearly takes out the Toxtricity, and then we're able to incinerate it down, and they got a Belly Bolt in the back. So now we're going to try and throw on good timing here. We're going to shield up this move by the opponent because we cannot take a Parabolic Charge. But we farm to 100 energy now, throwing on good timing. So we are going to get a shield here, and there is no defense drop, which is unfortunate. But we're about to go ahead and snag the second shield here, which will be very nice. So the opponent now has spent their shields, and they throw right away. They probably could have gotten away with farming more, but our Incinerates were doing a lot of damage. And now it's a race to the Techno Blast. I don't think an X-Scissor can do it here. So we get to the move, and let's see. Boom! We Techno Blast in the opponent for the win. GG's. All right. In this next matchup, we got Swampert in the lead. Really good lead for us, especially if they are running a Sludge, because they won't be attacking for fast, or for my bad, for stab damage here. But looks like they go straight Hydro Cannon, which is weird. So we're just going to play this one out. The opponent does get to the next move here, and we're going to let it through, barely surviving. It would have been pretty interesting if they went for like a Sludge to 5-head us thinking they don't have it and they take us out, but that didn't happen there anyways. And then they come in with a Charizard here, so we are in deep trouble. We're just going to go for the harder hitting move, Techno Blast, and it does a lot of damage. The opponent is crazy for letting that through, because if we were a Shock Drive, they would have been toast. Or even a nice one too, or a Douse Drive. So I guess the opponent did see the red drive on our back and knew that they could tank a fire Techno Blast, but we do call a bait right there, which is really nice. So we get a full Incinerate down on the Charizard, and now we're going to go ahead and come into the Swampert with an energy lead, and we're going to throw in good timing here. And this Earth Power should handle the Swampert handily. And they got a Venusaur in the back, and they say, bye-bye, we don't want any of that smoke, and I don't blame them. Let's go. All right, now we got a shiny Lapras in the lead here. So what we're going to do is the opponent's going to switch out into a Belly Bolt, which is a very curious play. We're definitely take no opposition to this. So we're going to go ahead and get off a move before the opponent starts boosting up their defense. We can tank any move here. The Parabolic Charge still does a decent amount of damage, and we actually make the move here now to come into Genesect. We're going to shield once just to preserve health. We're going to go for a gnarly farm down. Let's go. So we have all the energy in the world here, and then they come in with a Zapdos, and we're just going to go for the glory right here. Let's see what was. Oh, they shielded it up. Oh man, still just getting over community day yesterday. Grinded really hard, but I'll talk about that later. Alright, so now we get the Swift on this Zapdos here, and they cannot farm us down, so they are forced to throw a move here. And we're just going to go ahead and let this through. And now we are going to likely come in with the Volcanion and get a little energy lead. They actually get to a move. I had a feeling that this would be a Drill Peck, but I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to take a Thunderbolt to the face here. And then now we're in this matchup with the Lapras, and we're looking pretty good here. They go for Sparkling Aria, we can tank one. We're going to throw this right away. We don't want to risk losing all this energy. So the opponent takes it to the face, and the next scissor just wasn't good enough here. We wanted to go for that Techno Blast, and we boomed them right there. Let's go. Screenshot the end too, of course. Alright, very good lead here, Golisopod. You see there's a bunch of lag going on here. You see the... yeah, this was a rough one. It's good that the opponent's running Shadow Claw, but I have no idea how many Shadow Claws they have because of that lag right there. The Wi-Fi has been bad like for the past week, so I had taken it off, and it was just getting unbearable, so I put it back on Wi-Fi, as you saw right there. Now the opponent is in here with the Skeledirge, and they bait us really badly. That is not good at all, so we're just going to go ahead and get this shield here and see what the opponent wants to do. We shield another bait. This is really bad. And then now we don't throw, and then we take a Shadow Ball to the face, losing all that energy. So that was just a really bad attempt at playing there. But how can you blame me when the lag is going crazy like that? So now we go in here with the Swift. The opponent being double boosted, wanted to shield that up, which is totally fine. Because now we're forced them to throw a move. And they are triple boosted right now. And I was hoping to Fury Cutter them down before that Incinerate registered, because it took away over half of our health. That was insane. And I think that's going to end up costing us the game, unfortunately. But thought that'd be a little nifty battle to include in there because, you know, Go Battle lag is definitely a thing, and so is Incinerate damage on a bugged Steel type. Anyways, alright, so now we have a much better lead here with a Fraligator, but we definitely do not want to take an Ice Beam to the face. We shielded up correctly, which is fantastic. So now we're going to throw in good timing here, see what the opponent wants to do, whether they want to keep their... Okay, so they're fine with letting it go. And we got a catch here. What did we catch? Oh, the double resisted Ice Beam. Let's go. That is a nasty catch right there. And then they come in with a Virizion, so they are looking pretty core broken now by this fire water type. They go for the Leaf Blade, but we're gonna just go straight for this move right here. Not playing around. They do shield it up, which is unfortunate because these Incinerates do less damage now, but we wanted to make sure that we were gonna knock them out if they did so choose to not shield. The opponent does shield that, and now they have a Skeledirge in the back, so maybe we can get some revenge here, but we need to play this one carefully. There was a little bit of lag there too, which was you know, it's annoying, but, you know. And then the opponent has a Disarming Voice, so this isn't the Torch Song variant, so of course, of course that happens to us. And then we shield up a not very effective Disarming Voice, and then we have to go for this move in order to not get that Incinerate to come through, and then the opponent gets to a move. But do they have Sacred Sword? They have Stone Edge, jeez. Oh man, the opponent got us there, GG. Alright, we have an employee on the lead now, and this one is running Waterfall, thankfully, as opposed to Steel Wing. We throw on really bad timing right there, so that was just not cool. But we go ahead and get this move off, and now we're going to go ahead and go into our Volcanion, and the opponent throws the Hydro Cannon, which we shield up. That would have been neutral, but considerable damage. We do get a nice farm down here, so now we're going to see what the opponent has in the back. And they've got a Greninja, so our energy will go to good use here, and to the point where we're allowed to throw in good timing to both of our charge moves here. We're going to force them, I think, to throw... Yep, we force them to throw the Hydro Cannon. They go for Night Slash, so we're able to get to this second Earth Power. Fantastic. And now we're going to go ahead and swap out here, and the opponent likely will throw a Hydro Cannon, so we want to shield that up. There we go. And now the opponent comes in with a Skeledirge, and this is rough. It is a Hex Skeledirge, so it's getting to its moves even faster, which is just fantastic. But at least we're not taking Incinerates. The opponent goes for Torch Song, and that it destroys us right there. That was crazy. So now what we're gonna do here is get the catch. And did we just catch? Yes, we just caught the Torch Song. And then now we're going to farm up as much as we can before the opponent gets to the next move, because now they're double boosted. Swift does take them out, and then we have enough residual energy on this Greninja to get the win. Let's go. That was a very tricky win, but we ended up outplaying the opponent and outspicing them. So batting 1,000 here. All right. So we get to the Swift in this next matchup here against the Fraligator, which is nice because now we're certain that they're actually gonna bait us here. So they're going to draw this out a little bit, but now we switch into our Volcanion and we get the Ice Beam catch. Let's go. That's probably my favorite thing to do because of this unique typing of Volcanion. But now we're gonna let this move through and we survive, which is great. Those are those rank 5 IVs coming into play. And we get the Earth Power off on the Swampert here, although they are loaded on energy right now. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna come in with the Drampa now. We're gonna go ahead and get this move off here, see what the opponent wants to do. They probably want to protect their energy. They actually let the Swampert go, which is crazy. And then we have another Skeledirge in here. This meta is full of Skeledirges, I swear. So we get that shield. They actually shield the fly. So now we're gonna go, and of course this one doesn't have Disarming Voice, it has Torch Song. So what we're gonna do here is, oh man, poor Genesect. Hey, you served a great purpose, Genesect. We respect you, and we will remember you. And then we get to the fly, and that's right, we are not even bubbling any of this. That one for Genesect. Oh man, it's a Genesect showcase and we are just mistreating it right now. This is brutal. All right, in this next matchup, we have a shiny Fraligator now. We tried to get a catch and we failed. And then you see all that lag right there? That was craziness right there. I don't even know what was going on. So now we are able to get to an Earth Power though, at least see what the opponent wants to do. They actually let the Fraligator go, which is good for us because a Lapras coming in is not necessarily really good for them. They were probably better off shielding the Fraligator, but they wanted to come in with the Lapras. They do shield the Earth Power. There's no defensive drop, unfortunately. But now we're going to come in. Oh my gosh, we are getting bullied right now with these fire type. This is crazy. Oh, Rapidash. Oh my gosh. Poor Genesect. And that's a rank 2 Genesect, by the way. It has the same IVs as the Volcanion, ironically enough. But in Ultra League, the Genesect number 2 is 11, 15, 14. So really cool little showcase here. Like, I didn't just pick them out of nowhere. I actually had some really good ones and then built it. But anyways, we catch this Scorching Sands on the Volcanion here, which allows us to get a farm down with our Drampa. And then we're able to go in to the Lapras with a fly here. And then we're able to get that farm down for the win. Oh wait, they have another Pokemon, I'm sorry. And the opponent might have top lefted though, because it's taken forever. Yep, they were out. Props to that opponent though for bringing in the Rapidash. Pretty solid, I respect that. Opponent comes in now with the Swampert here. I'm realizing there's a lot of starter Pokemon. We got Venusaur, Swampert, Skeledirge. This is interesting meta we got going here. Anyways, this opponent does have Sludge, so you know we had to do it at some point. Let's go. Got the big Sludge catch, and now we're just Fury Cuttering this thing down. Fury Cuttering, whatever. All right, so now we shield up the Hydro Cannon. The opponent has a Fraligator now, so we have a lot of energy that we can actually put to use here, unlike a Skeledirge or a Fire type. So we get that shield, and then the opponent opts to throw their move right away so that they can take us out. It does take our Genesect out, but the Fraligator is relatively short on energy now, and we've got an advantage here with our energy. So we're going to go ahead and go for this Swift here, see what the opponent wants to do. They shield it up, and we kind of have one play here, and I think we just did it. Yup. Oh, love the Ice Beam catch. That might have saved us right there. And now we get to this Earth Power here. So we're going to go ahead and get this off, take out the Fraligator, and the opponent has now come back in with their Venusaur. And they try to go for a catch here, and we were about to incinerate that Swampert down. The opponent didn't want the smoke. GG's. Man, I would have loved overheating that Venusaur. Anyways, the opponent now has a Samurott in here with Hydro Cannon. I always get it confused with Hisuian form, and I've been Icy Winded one-hit KO when I had a Dragonite out, and it was just disgusting. So now I pay really close attention to what Samurott is out here. So we soft lose that. So now we're in a Fury Cutter match with the opponent here. We're gonna obviously shield up one Hydro Cannon here, and hopefully the opponent doesn't get to any more. We do get that farm down before they get there. So now let's see what they've got in the back. And they've got a Swampert here, so this energy will go to great use. I'm glad that we came in with the Genesect here, because it would be a brutal matchup for our Volcanion. So now we get to our second X-Scissor before they get to their first Hydro Cannon. Now they're going to start firing off moves here. I am confident that we can get to this. Oh, they actually choose to to go into their grass type, and we overfarm just so that way we can get to another move. Boom! Just so that way we can get to a move when the Swampert comes back in. But now we're just going to go in with the Volcanion. If the opponent doesn't have Earthquake, they're not going to take us out. But you know what's going to take out a Swampert? Overheat. Let's go. Little BM there for you. All right, Virizion in the lead now. This is generally a bad matchup for Drampa, especially in the beginning when we don't have energy to reach the fly. So we're going to switch out of that so they don't know about the fly. Maybe it'll be useful later. But we throw on good timing here. And at this point that we've already taken an Aqua Jet, we're comfortable with going for the overheat, because the second overheat will definitely still take out the Golisopod. So we're just going to full send both times, and the opponent gives both of their shields rather quickly in this match. But they do have a lot of energy, unfortunately. So at this point, we're going to come in with the Genesect here, so that way we're resisting the Fury Cutters. If it was Shadow Claw, I would have come in with the Drampa. And they go for an X-Scissor, which was weird. So I'm just going to let this one go. And I guess they're single moved. I don't know. Let's see what they got here. Aqua Jet. Okay. I see what you're doing. They tried to five-head me there, playing chess while I'm playing checkers. They wanted me to think they didn't have Aqua Jet. Oh, man. Let's talk about that boom right there first. That was crazy. All right, so we can tank any one move here with the Zapdos, and we are in no danger of being Thunder Shocked down, so we're going to go ahead and get this move off, and this should do the opponent in GG's. But that opponent there tried to outsmart me and make me think that they didn't have Aqua Jet, and then just KO me at the end with all my energy, thinking I could no-shield another X-Scissor. It almost worked, but luckily we have the rank 2 IVs, and that was the only reason we survived that. But anyways, we're in this next battle here. They had a Rose Raid in the beginning, and now an X-Sploud, so they've got a really spicy team going. We're going to go ahead and get this X-Scissor off, and the opponent likely will throw a Crunch here. I don't believe they want to be boom bursting a Steel type, although that would be very spicy and cool, but the opponent is only spicy and not cool. So now we're going to go ahead and get this X-Scissor off before we get Dragon Breath down. That does a lot of damage, so a good example of the Fury Cutter buff into play right there. All right, and actually the buff relates to damage, so never mind. Just a good little snippet of Fury Cutter chipping into that opponent. And then the opponent goes for a Grass Knot and takes us out. So now we're in this endgame matchup with Kingdra, and I'm really hoping, oh, of course they get the double. Oh, we almost lost that. They got the double debuff, and then the game lag was making us not get our Dragon Breath, so we almost lost because of lag and really bad luck. That's crazy, but we got that win though. And then business as usual, catching the Ice Beam, the double resisted Ice Beam. So we're looking really good right now. The opponent might have also let in an Incinerate for free, so we're going to go ahead and shield that up here, see what they want to do. Either we're going to take them out here, or we're going to shield until we farm them down. So the opponent chooses the latter. I have no problem with that. It's always fun to incinerate something that resists you. And so they come in now with a Tentacruel, and this Earth Power is going to do a lot of damage. Oh, but they shielded up. No defensive drop. We're going to switch out because we were in danger of being farmed down. And we choose to go into oh, of course, we get the debuff as well. Because we are double resisting their fast moves, at least. We're doing resisted damage, but at least we're causing them to use their energy. And we're chipping away with this little Fury Cutter X-Scissor combo here. And then look at that lag. It is crazy. At least the opponent didn't go for a farm down. That would have been catastrophic. Anyways, so the opponent dumps their energy. And now we come in with the Drampa here, and we throw on what looks like a CMP tie, so perfect timing right there. And this is enough to take it out. Excellent. So now they come in with a Typhlosion, and we're going to go ahead and get this move off right here on good timing. and then they let it, they have no shields, and then we go for the catch. Did we just catch what I think we did? Oh, let's go. Another double resisted catch. Insane. Let's go. All right. Trevenant in the next matchup. This is a really good matchup for us because we completely wall this thing. So now they come in with the Kingdra here. So we're going to go ahead and chip it a little bit with some Dragon Breaths and then get a Swift off on it as well. And we throw again here. So we're going to get their second shield or take them out completely. They decide to shield it. And now we come in with the Genesect because we resist the Dragon Breaths here, and they go for an Octazooka. Of course, they get the double debuff, so that puts us in a really bad position where we need to go ahead and X-Scissor them before they get off the next Octazooka. So now they come in with the Trevenant here. Oh man, I remember this battle now. We call the Seed Bomb, but it takes us so low that we can't even get to the next. We actually had an X-Scissor that we could have thrown, but we got greedy, tried to throw in good timing, and that really cost us right there. So because they have now a Tapu Fini in the back, and we do throw in CMP ties, so it would have been great if I just went for the extra Incinerate, but hindsight's 2020, and we come in with the Drampa here looking to get the Swift off and take them out, but they do go ahead and throw the Surf to take us out, and now it's a race to this move here, and they come in with the Trevenant, and I might have just thrown this game because I can't get to the move, and that was a rough one. GG's, yeah. That was such a throw. Anyways, in this final battle, though. All right, let's get some redemption here. Golisopod in the lead. It's a good start. Unfortunately, running Fury Cutter, so we're going to maybe shield this. Yeah, we're going to shield this, preserve some health, just in case we need Drampa later on. We're going to go ahead and build up to the fly, but go for the Swift bait. And they let it through, so now we're just going to go straight into the Genesect here and go for a farm down. And they go for X-Scissor, which is interesting. Luckily, they don't get another move to show if they have Aqua Jet or not. And we're just going to start firing away at this Belly Bolt here before it boosts up. That we do get a shield because they want to likely increase their defense before taking a charge move. Now we're just going to go for this next X-Scissor here, and the opponent has to throw if they want to take us out, so they opt to go ahead and throw the move here. We're totally fine with that because this is a matchup that Drampa thoroughly enjoys, and now we're going to get this Swift off before the second Parabolic charge, and the opponent does let it through, and we actually are able to farm them down. So now they have a Lapras here, and we're going to go ahead and chip them with this Swift first, maybe before switching out. Actually, we catch a move on the Volcanion. And it's an Ice Beam, let's go! A lot harder to do from a Lapras rather than a Fraligator where the counts are very clear and predictable. That was insane. And so now we get the opponent's final shield here, and they're gonna go ahead and throw their Sparkling Aria. And can we get to the move? Oh, we were gonna be able to, so the opponent does. We wanna get that Overheat though for the win here, let's go. Boom! And what a way to end. So those are all my battles. It definitely looked like another Volcanion showcase. As a lot of the time Genesect was just getting incinerated down, but I think the Fury Cutter buff on it does really well. It definitely got us in a lot of situations where we could farm Pokemon down and then just fire even a Techno Blast into like a Charizard, for instance, taking away half its health. So definitely a fun showcase. Thank you again, Totenias, for the team recommendation. Definitely, like I said, be like Totenias. Give me some team, some Pokemon recommendations. Odds are I got them and I can build them, if not already. So go ahead and do that. And we're also only 2 subscribers away from 150. So you guys are awesome. Let's get there though, guys, because like I said, when we hit 150, I'm going to do a showcase of the Shiny Galarian Moltres, and you're not going to want to miss that. And also, too, we just had Community Day yesterday. Hope you guys got what you wanted out of it, whether it's just a bunch of Shinies or you got your PvP Jangmo-Os, or PvP Como-Os and Hakama-Os. I didn't get any Hundos, unfortunately, but something really good happened in Community Day that I will get into in subsequent videos. But very successful Community Day. We'll get into that. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Let's get to 150, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy ABC bringing you another episode of Pogo Bros. And if you're surprised to see me alive and well and in one piece, well, that means that you watched my last video, and thank you for that. You're a real one. And if you haven't, what are you doing? Go watch it.